Salam rahmatullah.
Sheikh, previously you talk about charity, the benefit of charity, which we all believe. I have one question. If someone wants to keep a charity, maybe keep it like some amount on the monthly basis or a weekly basis, do you think is it okay?
This
Thank
is
you.
this is up to your preference. If a person reaches to his pocket and gives money to the poor, that's good for you. If he decides to do that on daily basis, like some of the Salaf used to do, the one who narrated the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, where he said an individual would be under the shade of his charity on the day of judgment. So one of those narrators or those who reported this hadith used to give every single day part of whatever he has, even if it's an onion or a piece of cake or a piece of bread, depending on this hadith, that he would be on the shade of his charity. Someone says, no, I'd like to do it once a week. Someone says, no, I'm going to take a percentage of my monthly salary. I know one of my relatives, may Allah have mercy on his soul, who used to take 25% of his salary every month to give it in charity. It's fixed. And it's between him and Allah. Nobody knows about this except those who were close to him. So such a person does this for the sake of Allah. There is no obligation upon him. No one is forcing him. He's not doing it as a vow. This is what's not recommended or permissible to do as a vow. Oh Allah, it's a vow on me. If you do this for me, if you cure my ill patient, or if you make me pass the exam, I'll give you 10% of my weekly allowance. This is what's not recommended, and that which the Prophet ﷺ told us not to do. But to voluntary, without vowing, making a vow, without obliging yourself. In yourself, you just say, okay, every week, I have to do this thing. Like it was reported that Ibn Taymiyyah, may Allah have mercy on his soul, used to give money every Friday before he goes to the khutbah of Friday. And this is something of his own. He just loved to do this. And when was asked, he said, Allah stated in the Quran, إِذَا نَجَيْتُمُ الرَّسُولِ فَقَدِّمُوا بَيْنَ يَدَيْ نَجْوَاكُمْ صَدَقَةً. Allah says, O you who believe, whenever you want to have a talk that is secretive between you and the Prophet ﷺ, you have to, in advance, give charity. This verse was revealed when all the companions used to overwhelm the Prophet ﷺ with questions. So this was a bit tiring for him. He was overwhelmed by it. So Allah Azza wa Jal revealed this ayah. And when this ayah was revealed, the companions refrained from asking the Prophet ﷺ questions because this meant money. Ali ibn Abi Talib, may Allah be pleased with him, said, I was the only one who actually executed and implemented this ayah when I took one of my rings and I gave it in charity and I spoke to the Prophet ﷺ in private. Then this ayah was abrogated. And now everybody could speak back to the Prophet ﷺ, but they've learned their lesson. So this is his understanding. He never said that it's part of the deen. He just saw a beautiful hint in this ayah that whenever you want to speak to the Prophet, give charity. Now I'm going to speak to Allah Azza wa Jalla in a Friday sermon, so I'd like to, in advance, give charity. Maybe Allah would reward me for that greater than anything else. This is his understanding. Would it be a bid'ah? This is on his own. It's a voluntary thing. It's like doing dhikr on a particular pattern without thinking that this is getting you closer to Allah or this is from the Sunnah, without spreading it to the people like we find booklets of dua. And none of it is in the Quran or in the Sunnah. But they say that we've tried it, it's good. No, this is not recommended or permissible, because people would think that this is from the Sunnah and they will copy it and do it. This is different when you do something for your own or of your own, like you specifically designate a particular dua in your prayers in the first rak'ah and second rak'ah, third rak'ah, because you love it, you like it, and you enjoy it. And you never tell people that do this, it's good for you, it's part of this and part of that. On the contrary, you're doing it for the sake of Allah. So therefore, it is not a problem for you, Heidi, to designate a particular date in the month or in the week or every day with a portion of your charity, without thinking that, oh, doing it at 5 o'clock p.m. has great value, like some people think. No, I'm just enjoy doing it, this, and it's for my own sake. I'm not telling anybody about it. There's no problem in that, and Allah Azza wa Jal knows best.